Alright guys, today we're going to do our initial line of sight flight of the HOBBYMATE X160. My first chance to get out after a full build, so got it built up finally. Going to do the initial flight on a 3S battery. I've got a couple of these Venom 3S 1300s. We're going to try that for our first flight. I've already tried one 3S flight. Obviously a little bit underpowered with these props and these motors, but 4S will be great. But anyway, as far as the build goes, I used the what came in the package. So wanted to thank Kevin from HOBBYMATE for letting me do a review on this guy. And then obviously built it up as stock. Added a Busemark Naze 32 Rev 5 flight controller in there. I've got just a small 200 milliwatt video transmitter and a Swift video camera. And last but not least, a nice little Lemon RX DSMX satellite. These are my antennas. I keep them on nylon ties, keeps them bendable, keeps them out of the way, and works great. And I'm just going to go ahead and use a dipole to start. I do have another decent cloverleaf antenna to try on here. We'll do that later, but just wanted to get a first flight in. So we're going to try this line of sight first, and then we'll come back. We'll do some video from FPV. But in general, kit was nice, no problem putting together. Easy assembly. I did sand the edges here on this carbon fiber frame, as I mentioned in my RCGROUPS thread, making sure that when you sand those, because this, what I did is I did not loop the Velcro through the actually through the frame because it was a little thin, meaning it didn't have enough, it wasn't wide enough for my battery. So I went ahead and just laced it right under the PDB and have it coming right across here. But I sanded down the edges of the carbon fiber to keep them from cutting the straps. So anyway, we're gonna give this a try, and hope you enjoy the flight, and we'll go from there. So anyway, like I said, a little underpowered, but we're gonna try it anyway. All right, let's get going. Alright guys, hope you can see that. Alright, let's see what we got here. So we're gonna go ahead and fire up. A little bit breezy out today, but we're gonna go ahead and fly it. Like I said, with a 3S pack, it's a little bit underpowered. And just for the record too, this Naze 32 board, I went ahead and upgraded over to Betaflight, and I'm using stock PIDs, and they're quite good. So it's got decent rates on yaw. I've also got air mode on here. I cut the throttle. Still got the prop spinning. You can see it's underpowered, so there's a punch out. It's almost none with a 3-cell, so very low powered, but good for a beginner. And then I've got, obviously, I've got all 3 settings in on switches on my transmitter. So I've got, right now we're flying in auto level, and horizon, and then of course acro, where it stays where you put it. So we're gonna just fly this a little bit. So obviously, you know, a frame review or a kit review, what we're reviewing here mostly is obviously the nice carbon frame, which does a good job, easy assembly, holds everything just fine. We're rating the motors that came stock in the kit and the speed controls, and they both seem very good so far. We'll put a 4-cell in next round. We'll do another line of sight on 4S, and then we'll do some video. But you can see even on 3S it still moves pretty well. Just doesn't have that much power. Doesn't have not much recovery if you get into trouble. So, but for a beginner cruising around, no problem at all. I'll bring a little bit closer here because I know this camera's gonna, wide-angle lens doesn't give very good view. I got a timer set kind of low here because obviously I don't know my battery burn, so good enough for just first view, but anyway, for an initial line of sight flight. There it is, guys. Alright, we'll try a 4S flight next. We'll see what happens. Thanks for watching, everybody.